The exhibition didn't just happen. First, there was the road, the dust, the bus, steep climbs, conversations in several languages, and this strange feeling when you are far from home, but suddenly you understand very clearly why you are even doing architecture. I didn't want to show Ruta del Peregrino as just a bunch of objects. That would be too simple. Here's a viewing platform, here's a pavilion, here's concrete, topography, and a famous architect's name in the caption. Everything seems right, but the main thing somehow disappears. And the main thing was something else. It was about how architecture behaves where it isn't the main focus, where before it there were already mountains, trails, faith, heat, wind, fatigue, human movement, and a long history of the path. In such places, a work of architecture can't just stand there looking pretty. It either becomes part of the route or it looks out of place. There's almost no middle ground. When we started preparing the exhibition, it became clear that we needed to talk not just about the route, but about our own transformation after it. So the title, The Path of Change Through Architecture, turned out to be not a metaphor, but a pretty accurate diagnosis, not just for the consequences and the project itself, but also for us personally. And this trip, it changed our perspective. After it, you look differently at the landscape, at the silence, at the scale, at the emptiness, at how a small architectural gesture can pull a huge space together around itself. A special value of this story is the people. The Centro para la Cultura Arquitectónica y Urbana community, myself, the trip participants from different countries, we were all very different. Some looked at the route as a photographer, some as a historian, some as an architect, some as a researcher. And that's exactly what made the trip so alive. Architecture stopped being a professional monologue. It became a common language that you can speak even when words fail. The exhibition also became a team effort. There was a lot of invisible work in it. Selecting photos, verifying names, finding the right sequence, model making, 3D printing, regular printing, installation, doubts, redoing things, and doubts again. A good exhibition rarely comes from a single beautiful gesture anyway. More often it's put together from dozens of small decisions that no one notices later. And that's how it should be. If the viewer feels a sense of wholeness, then the team's work wasn't in vain. This album is a continuation of that same work. It doesn't try to replace the route, and it doesn't pretend it can convey everything. The smell of dust after a climb, the uneven light in the mountains, the fatigue in your legs, sudden laughter on the bus, caution before an unfamiliar place, the silence near an object when everyone stops explaining for a second and just looks. But a book can preserve a trace. A trace of a trip that started as professional curiosity and became one of those memories that stay with you for a long time, for life. Not because it was perfect, but because everything was real. The people, the road, the risk, the beauty, and the architecture. And the feeling that you're once again a student before a vast world. And that is probably one of the best gifts that architecture can give.